Hello everyone and welcome to I'm Crackerjack. In this video we'll be looking into map and filter functions and we'll see how to use in Python and what is the difference between map and filter. So before moving to map and filter, uh, in my previous video where I was talking about lambda functions, so we'll use that lambda concept and we'll try to understand map and filter. So to go with map and filter, let me first here create a function. So the function name which I am going to create is something like multiply, which will take one parameter, let's say num, and then it is returning num into 2. So this function is going to return, take a input as value, and it will just multiply by 2 and return the output. Okay, so I'm creating a list which has 5 elements, and now what I'm trying to do is each element of the list I want to pass that element as a parameter to function multiply, so that I get an output 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. That means I want each element of the list to be multiplied by 2. Okay, so to achieve this without using map function, how will we do? So I'll use a for loop. That means I'll iterate over each element in the list, and then what I'll be doing is I'll be just printing multiply and I'll pass the value of x. So I get the result, right? So here it says like each value is multiplied by 2. And that means I'm calling function 5 times based on the number of elements in the list. And if suppose I want to return as a list, so even I can use comprehensions, wherein like I can do x to 2 for x in L. So this way also I can do, right? Now this entire thing can be done using a built-in function map. Okay, so map function work is to map to each element of a collection. It maps a function to each element of a collection. So it takes basically two parameters. The first parameter is the function which we want to map to. Okay, so let me give the function name multiply, and the second parameter takes the collection which you want to map. So in our case I want to map the list. So this is what I'm giving, and it returns an object. It does not returns me a value. It returns an object which we call it as a map object. Now when you're getting an object, that means it's a collection, and as per Python concept we need to iterate and get the values. So let me iterate again in this collection. Let's say map and multiply, and then I'm passing the list, and then I'll just print x. So yes, I'm getting the output. Okay. Or the other thing what I can do is I can just convert the output whatever I'm getting into a list, and automatically all the values will be stored in a list this way, right? So these are the things what we can do. So the idea is to see what map does. So map is mapping each element of this collection to this function multiply, right? Now even I can optimize the code by using a lambda function. So what does lambda do? A function without a name, and there should be a single inner expression for the lambda, right? So if I rewrite this code, if I just rewrite this code, this multiply function can be replaced with a lambda function because there is a one liner code. So I can just write lambda and then some argument and then the expression. So it still works, right? So this one line code is sufficient to get the output. That means this one line code will be mapping your collection to the logic what I am writing inside using lambda inside the first parameter. Okay. Now let me do a small change to this. Okay, so this was about map. Now let me see, like let me just do a small change and then see how does map works with this. So if I just put a condition, and in that condition what I want, whenever the element is an even number, then only you return, otherwise do not return. So this is my list, and now I want to basically filter, or I want to get all only the even numbers. So for that I've written a function, and as per map I'll just map it to the logic. So I'll just write map list of map of multiply. The function name is not relevant, it's multiply, but I'm not multiplying, I'm just trying to get the even numbers. Okay, so this is what I'm doing, and if I hit enter, yes, I'm getting the even numbers, but along with that there are three values for which I'm getting none, which means your map function is not responsible for filtering. Your map function will still going to map to each and every element of the collection. If you do not have the value, it will return none, but it will still map. So that's the reason we are getting 5 values. So let me try the same thing using lambda. Okay, so what I'm doing is, let me convert into lambda expression, because I see there is a one line expression. So lambda, then I have argument, and then there is a if condition, if modulus 2 equal to 0, right? And now I see like I get true false. That means using lambda also map function is not capable enough to do the filtration. It is still mapping to each element. Okay, so now how we can achieve, I just want to get the even numbers out of my this collection. Okay, so there is one more built-in function, we call it as a filter. So instead of map I need to use filter now, and the syntax of filter is also same. It takes two arguments. The first argument is the function, and the second argument is the collection. So if I just hit enter, now I'm getting the value, right? So this is how filter works. So the difference between map and filter is, your map is going to map each element of the collection to the respective functions, whereas your filter is going to filter out based on some condition. It's gonna return the data. So in map, if the collection is of 5 elements, you will be getting output as 5 elements. You cannot get lesser than that, but in filter you can, based on the condition what you are putting. Okay, let me try this with lambda as well, just to show you that whether lambda is working or not. So I just replaced map with filter and everything is intact, and yes, it works. So I get the output. So this is the difference between map and filter, and this is how we implement in Python. I hope this video is clear, and for next video keep subscribing and keep watching. Okay, thank you.